Straight away.
Yes, our next guest is a spectacular artist, right? Super talented, North London based, by the name of Logan J. Parker.
Woo! Welcome to the show, Logan.
Hi guys, how is it going? You sound just so happy. I'm just having a great time listening to you guys.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, we're happier to have you here. Can I also just preface this entire conversation by saying, and this is not relevant or important, but I feel like it's worth saying that you do have the coolest name, and it is a superhero name.
Facts.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
That was just my side note.
Just to get it established right now.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you.
Listen, how have you...
I'm just so nervous.
No, don't
be. Come on.
You cute. Wait, just consider us all friends around the dining room table having a chat over dinner. Minus the dinner.
Like that.
Talking about how great you are as an artist. Now, we have, I think we calculated roughly around 300 people that we've... Yeah, is it 300 people?
We've had over 300 guests on the show.
Yeah, we've had over 300 guests on the show. And I think, you know, it really makes a statement that we can't wait to hear more talent from Londoners, all right? Now, you are one based in North London. Brilliant. Guitarist, producer, songwriter, and singer, and pianist. Listen, it doesn't get easy for artists, does it? It really doesn't. Not when you're that talented. Question.
Thank you so much, LionHeart.
No.
It's just so sweet.
You deserve it. You deserve the props. Now, we're asking all of our listeners and our guests, okay, what has changed, right, during lockdown that you're going to keep consistent afterwards? Has anything changed for you?
Right.
Salma's spoken about her nails. I've spoken about my friendships and financial literacy. What about you?
You know, I think over this lockdown, one thing that changed is I started cutting my own hair, it has been quite a learning experience. So it has been fun, and also I started recording my own music through my laptop, and I just invested in a recording interface, and I just started recording, and it has been a crazy journey.
So you just basically took it all into your own hands. You thought, this lockdown's happened, and I'm going to record my music, I'm going to do my thing.
Cut my hair.
And cut your hair. You've literally become such a self-sufficient woman in this whole time.
Right?
You're just doing it all for yourself. I'm
totally for the short nails. I'm totally for them.
Thank you. You know what? We came off air, and Lion just basically cussed my whole life out for going on. He said that's a boring story that you spent on and on about.
No, I didn't say boring.
And you see, so many people appreciate it. There you go.
I like that you put different words in my mouth. I just said it was lengthy.
Logan, do you think your music has changed at all because of the lockdown? And has the sound, the vibe, the feeling of it changed?
Yeah, I think so. I think sometimes we kind of overcomplicate things, and we just think about big arrangements with loads of instruments. Yep. And I think being at home and deprived from going to a studio and meeting your band and just exploring sounds and everything, I think it made me do less stuff and just focus on recording the guitar or the ukulele or piano, and just keep it really simple. And I think that really, really, really helped me see things from a different perspective. And I think sometimes less is more. And when it comes to music, that really, really, really makes sense. So I think that was one of the lessons I learned from my lockdown experience.
That's so intriguing to me. So as someone who's not a musician, right, I love music, and I spend quite a few moments of my childhood in studios, I always felt like compositionally, the musical arrangement was so challenging to me. I never knew how people could do it. You know, I never knew how producers could get into a space, find the right sound that they heard in their heads or had a certain feeling. I never knew how they put that together. But for you to speak about it in a minimalistic kind of approach, rather than putting so many elements and instruments together, makes me think, I've probably looked at music in a bit too much of a complicated and maybe just, I don't know, it doesn't have to be so complex. It could actually be maybe that's because you've mastered it, you know? Maybe that's because you mastered it. Yeah, you made it look effortless.
I think, I realized that I released two singles that I recorded at home, and I did everything by myself with the help of my lovely flatmate. And we we did everything. We recorded the guitars, the pianos, the violins and stuff, and we kept it really acoustic and organic. But I really felt like a really positive feedback coming from the fans and people that listen to my music. They really, I think people really prefer that, very low-key approach. And it really made me think, maybe I don't need that much stuff. Or maybe I just need to be more like acoustic and, old school probably, or more organic, and people will respond in a better way, I guess. I think it makes it more sentimental, maybe, or more easy to comprehend. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally get that, because for some people music is quite inaccessible, because if they don't know much about it, or they're not sure, or people love taking the mick out of people's music tastes. Do you know what I mean?
Happens all
so
the
people
time.
can get quite snobby about it, and I think you're absolutely right. Like, it doesn't have to be so complex, because actually, at the very heart of it, you hear music and then you have a gut reaction, and that's it. That's the simple transaction that happens, right? And you're just trying to give people these feelings, right? What are you working on right now? What's happening for you with your career?
So I'm a complete independent artist. I have my small limited company where I signed all my copyrights into it. I'm looking for management and maybe like a nice publisher. But at the moment, I'm just doing everything by myself at a really small scale, and just trying to get the music out there. I'm working on a new single that's going to be out in a month's time.
Okay.
And I'm working on my album, my first album. Wow. So yeah, exciting things ahead, and I'm trying to stay cool and stay minimalistic and stay organic and true to myself and true to my references. Like, I love Amy Winehouse, Stephen Walker, Ray Charles, Memphis Minnie,
okay. Come on, that's what we like to hear. Listen, how do you find the journey being essentially by yourself as an artist? Because again, some people have managers, they have label execs to help push them, they have marketers. Like, how do you find it knowing that you have total autonomy?
It's really it's a bit frightening to begin with, but it's also freeing, because in the end of the day, you can just control everything, and you can be completely yourself, and that gives you the freedom for you to do whatever you think you feel it's right. But it's also a bit difficult, because when it comes to investing in recording or making a music video or working on a photo shoot or something, it's difficult because it's just you. But I think it's a challenge, and it's my dream, so I just need to stick to it and carry on fighting.
Absolutely.
And I would love to use this opportunity to thank you guys with all my heart for this wonderful opportunity. You really made my day, and
don't be silly. Your talent shines through. Listen, Logan, stay on the line, because we're going to go to some headlines, then we're going to come back to you, have a little chat before we go to your track. So don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a cup of tea while the news is on. It's a wonderful time to grab yourself a drink or something cold. Just before we went to the news, we had Logan, singer, songwriter, producer, guitarist, and all-round musical genius on the line. Logan, thank you so much for staying with us and for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
We can already tell that you're ready to take over and you're ready for musical world domination. And quite frankly, I'm ready to see that as well. And I can't wait to be at one of your gigs. But for now, we're going to play your track. Tell us a little bit about this track.
Yeah, so this track is called Blue, and it's about being locked in. It's about being stuck, and I wrote it over the lockdown, and I just picked up on my interface, and I just recorded the ukulele and some BV, some vocals, some violin, and it's very organic, it's very acoustic. And it's just like a sad song, Smiling, I think. The lyrics are a bit sad, but it's kind of groovy and catchy, and it sounds a bit summery too. So I hope you enjoy it.
No, we will. Listen, please give a quick introduction, right? Let's just say you're now listening to... I don't want to give you the lines, Give our listeners a quick introduction to your song. We're going to play it right now.
All right. Hello, this is Logan J. Parker, and this is my song, Blue. Enjoy it.
just like a cage, lying stretching out the space, bouncing my tail, stuck between science and disgrace. Down lie the taste of human rage. We're in this place, but things never change. Can't even attempt to escape, nothing to chase. I'm feeling blue. I'm feeling so blue. I'm feeling so blue. I'm feeling so blue, so blue, so blue, so blue. Evening, I'm still awake. Can't blink the shadows away. My world is in decay. My word is final. I say my love is gone today, and I don't even know if I should stay. Down on my life to go to waste. If only I could get away and make my fate. I'm feeling blue. I'm feeling so blue. I'm feeling so blue. I'm feeling so blue, so blue, so blue, so blue. Don't even know if I should sail away. Hit the road and never come back this way again. You locked me in a space I hate to say, but don't even know if I should stay. Don't even know if I should stay. Don't even know if I should stay. Don't want my life to go to waste. Don't want my life to go to waste. I'm feeling
BBC Radio London.
the BBC Radio London.